Hey folks, what's going on? Welcome back. Happy New Year, happy holidays. Hope everyone is staying healthy. This has been a long time, but I'm back and I want to restart this channel. So the golden rule of YouTube, as you probably already know, is consistency, but I had to take a long break. So a lot has happened since my last video and more on that in just a little bit. But yeah, I'm several months older. Hopefully I'm a little bit wiser. And right now, I just feel like I have a whole new intention, new mindset going into 2022. And I want to put some of those things into practice as I restart this YouTube channel. So to set the stage, we kind of need to rewind about 2 years when I first started the channel. So when I first started, it really was more of an experiment / hobby, and I was trying to figure out if YouTube was the right medium for me to reach more people with what I was already doing. So on a weekly basis, I would meet up with junior designers and career transitioners, usually over coffee. It was a lot of coffee, and I would share some lessons learned from my journey and also lessons that I've gathered from doing the same thing with my mentors. But I did enough of these where I started to notice a pattern, and I was repeating myself to people, and the lessons that I was gathering from other folks seemed to kind of overlap. So that's when I decided that I needed a way to kind of memorialize it, reach more people, scale the message, and that got me creating my first video. That first video, production quality was terrible. I mean, I had the jankiest setup, the editing took forever, and my kids were like so young that I could only do it after they slept. So, even the background, if you could tell, it's like really bad, it's really dark. But through it all, I just really loved the process. So that first video turned into 2, then 24. I still loved the process, and I knew that this could be a thing. So it was cool to notice myself getting better each time. The production quality was way better. My storytelling was getting better. And I think what I was learning about myself was that I actually do love teaching, and this was an interesting format for me. Fast forward to today, thinking about that experience, I narrowed it down to 5 things that I want to either do differently, or there are new things that I really want to try as I restart this channel. If you're restarting your channel or thinking about even starting a new channel, maybe these 5 things will help you too. So number 1, don't give up what you want most for what you want now. And I know this is an overused quote at this point, but it couldn't be more precise for my situation. I really struggled with this. So I used to advise startups and help startup designers for free just because I enjoyed it. Like, I really got a lot out of it. It was impactful, and I was creating relationships and helping, these companies and designers do amazing things. But last year, organically ended up becoming a really well-paying side gig. I was bringing in about $2,500 per month, and that was amazing just for doing something that I really enjoyed. But once I started getting paid for it, the hard truth is that it started to feel like just another job. And it helped me realize that what I really wanted to do was build something for myself and deliver value to other people in the way that I wanted to. So I really needed to quit, but it wasn't that easy. I fell into the trap of trading my time for money, and I was getting rather comfortable getting the extra $2,500 per month. So after struggling with this for a little bit, and it cost me some heartache, I ultimately got around to quitting my freelancing and advising of startups so I could create more space to think about this YouTube channel. So right now, to be completely transparent, I have 163 subscribers, and my hope is that by the end of the year, I'll get to 1,000 subscribers. And I specifically said hope and not a goal, because I think more important here than getting to that number is creating a system and a habit so that I could write content, shoot the content, edit it, and then deliver value consistently, because that's probably the only way I could do this for the long term. I really love what Ali Abdaal, who is fast becoming one of my favorite YouTubers, has said about creating a YouTube channel.
Life lesson number 3 from being a YouTuber is that when you give people value for free, then really good things will happen. And this is sort of what the whole model of YouTube is based around. It's based around people sitting down in front of their cameras and making videos, sometimes for years on end, without getting any money or anything like that. These days you have to hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. That's quite hard. It takes ages to get to 1,000 subscribers. It took me 6 months and 52 videos to get to 1,000 subscribers. Before that point, every single thing I was doing was providing value for free to people on the internet.
So number 2 on the list is that I need to learn to outsource and not just think about my YouTube and my side projects as creative outlets, but really think about it more as an entrepreneurial effort, especially if I want things to get bigger and scale and become something else. But this really isn't easy for me because look, I'm a designer. I love making things. I love that whole process. It's really an outlet for my creativity. That's why I became a designer. Look, I even left a lucrative career in finance to go to a startup as a designer, getting an entry-level salary. And it's a company that, could have gone under any day. It eventually did go under. And I did this all while my wife was pregnant with our first child. That's how much I just love doing this sort of stuff. So this whole idea of outsourcing is so alien to me. But once I get a little bit more traction on the channel, I probably have to think about, getting a video editor or someone to handle my thumbnails or someone to manage my emails or something like that. But that's the goal. It won't happen immediately because I still probably need to do all of that for a while now. Number 3 on the list is that I need to make this channel more about you, like really about you. Because when I first did it, I really thought more about what I wanted to share, how I wanted to share it, what made me feel good. I mean, I did put in a little bit of effort thinking about what could be helpful, but yeah, I thought way more about just me and how and what I wanted to do. But if I want to take YouTube way more seriously and actually grow this channel, I'm not so sure that mindset is going to help me. But I imagine once I develop some level of trust and credibility with you, that if I squeeze in 1 or 2 videos here and there that, just simply make me happy, something that I just wanted to do for my creativity's sake, I bet you wouldn't mind, right? Number 4 on the list is that I need to bring people along. So I'm an introvert and I like making things. I like making things alone. So it wasn't really natural for me to think about, creating a community and creating an audience. Even when I work with other people on side projects, it's very like small group or one-to-one like coffee, meetups and stuff like that. But in this format, it's really about creating a community. And I think some part of that is not entirely natural. So that's what I want to work on. And when I look at other YouTubers and creators, it seems like they have like a squad that they work with or people they've met along the way that end up becoming their like crew. I actually kind of want that. I think that'd be nice. And I actually think, we could build off each other. Yeah, it sounds all good. And I would really love for that to happen. But I know that I need to put in some of the effort here. So that's on my list of things to work on. So number 5, and this is my last one, it is to niche down. So my big vision for YouTube then and now has always been to kind of move beyond the product design, business, career, tech startup, that sort of space, and apply my design thinking and my design skill set towards more personal things that I care about, like parenting, personal finance, even spirituality, emotional health, and mental health. In reality, this is actually how I live my life, so I thought this could be natural for me and also interesting content for you all. And it very well could be later on, but what I'm learning is that it's really impractical as far as starting a YouTube channel goes, because it's a little easier for audiences to understand who I am and what the channel is about if I'm targeted and clear about who I'm talking to and the value that I'm trying to bring. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to be more disciplined about niching down, at least in the beginning. As far as who I'm speaking to, I think so far I seem to resonate most with career transitioners who are interested in getting into design, and also junior designers maybe a few years in that are trying to level up in their career. And I suppose the reason is I was there several years ago. In fact, I was in finance before I transitioned into design through a bootcamp program, and I just really haven't looked back ever since. And I can empathize with not just the tactical stuff that goes on in that scenario, but the emotional things, the mental things that go on as you're trying to really get into the industry and then kind of get your foot in the door as a young designer. So there you have it. Those are my 5 things that I'm going to work on this year as I try to restart the YouTube channel. I am so looking forward to showing up more in 2022. I will see you in the next one.